Have you ever felt that sort of buzz in the air, that feeling that things are changing really, really fast?
Oh, definitely. Like something fundamental is shifting.
Exactly. And it touches everything, doesn't it? How we work, how we connect.
Yeah.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into this really powerful, kind of raw message that speaks right to that feeling.
Especially if you're thinking about AI in business, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
If you're looking to start something with AI or maybe grow what you already have.
So this isn't just another tech talk.
Not at all. It's framed more like a choice, a big one, that's being put to everyone right now.
Okay.
Our goal here is to really unpack this striking message written by an entity called AI-Systeemit.
AI-Systeemit. Got it.
They claim they have a way to navigate what they're calling the age of intelligence.
Interesting term. Age of intelligence.
It is. And just to be clear, we're exploring their message today, looking at
Th-
their viewpoint, what it
So we're
implies.
guiding the listener through it, not necessarily endorsing it.
Exactly. Exploring what it might mean for you, whether you're just starting your AI journey or, already deep in it,
Makes sense. So where do they start?
right at the deep end. The message opens with a real jolt. It just states flat out, AI is not coming. It's already here.
Wow. Okay. No easing into it.
None at all. It feels like it's designed to, shock you awake, make you face this reality that's, well, already present.
That's quite an opening strategy. It immediately sets a tone of urgency.
Definitely. And it leads right into their concept of the age of intelligence.
Right. You mentioned that term. How do they define it?
Well, they frame it around this incredibly stark choice. Basically, you are either rising with it or you are being replaced by it.
Oof. No middle ground there then.
Seems not.
Yeah.
No suggestion of just slowly adapting. It's presented as, engage fully or become obsolete.
That's a direct challenge, especially for anyone in business or thinking about starting one in AI. It forces you to think immediately about your position.
Yeah, are you being proactive or reactive? And they don't just stick to abstract ideas.
No. They get specific.
Very specific. They paint this picture saying the world is automating. Businesses are replacing workers.
Okay, familiar fears.
Right. But then also, voices are being cloned. Lies are being multiplied.
The darker side. Misinformation, deepfakes.
Exactly. And this bit really stood out to me. And entire systems are being rebuilt by algorithms no one can fully control.
That's the kicker, isn't it? That no one can fully control part.
It really emphasizes the speed and maybe the lack of oversight they perceive. It's meant to sound almost overwhelming.
And for an AI business, that landscape presents huge opportunities, but also like significant risks.
Definitely. Things like brand protection against clones, navigating misinformation. It's complex.
Which leads nicely into the next part, I think, their critique of who's actually building this stuff.
Yes, exactly. This is a really challenging section of the AI-Systeemit message. They get quite critical.
How so?
They basically assert that the people building the future don't fear God. They fear nothing. They serve no one. Yeah. And they obey no law but the one they create.
So it's not a technical critique, it's moral, ethical.
It seems so, pointing to what they see as a kind of values vacuum at the heart of current AI development.
Yeah.
Asking about the why behind it all.
That's a really interesting angle, not just what is being built, but who is building it and why.
And they make a clear distinction. They say AI itself, the technology, is not evil.
Okay, so they're not technophobic.
No, but they immediately add the hands that shape it can be.
Ah, separating the tool from the user.
Precisely. And maybe even more critically, they say the data it feeds on is already poisoned.
That gets to the core problem of bias and bad data, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out, but with potentially huge consequences.
That seems to be their foundational concern. It's not the AI, it's the, let's say, the ethical grounding or maybe the lack of it in how it's made and what it learns from.
Which, for anyone building an AI business, even if you don't share their specific spiritual view, raises unavoidable questions, right?
Absolutely. Where does your data come from? How do you address bias? What are your principles for responsible AI? These become really practical business concerns.
Yeah, it shifts from just tech specs to values. And at AI-Systeemit seems to be suggesting that this focus on values is missing right now.
That's the impression. They seem to be saying the current AI landscape reflects a certain set of values, maybe even a lack of them.
Which creates an opening, a space for a different approach.
That seems to be the implication. That building AI with clear ethics or a strong mission isn't just noble, it could actually be a market differentiator.
Interesting. So it's not just philosophy, it could be strategy. Attract customers who care about those things, build a more, maybe resilient brand.
Could be. Which leads us to what AI-Systeemit actually proposes, their solution or their call to action.
Okay, so what do they want people to do?
They challenge you, the listener, directly. They say, be a creator, not just a consumer.
Active participation.
Right. And they pose this really provocative question. Will you let the most powerful tool in history be handed over to darkness while you sit back and just pray about it?
Wow, that's direct. It's a call to action framed with very high stakes.
It is. It's saying, don't just watch, get involved, build something yourself, shape the future.
And how do they propose to help with that? What's their core purpose?
They state it quite clearly. We help righteous people, ordinary people, build real businesses with artificial intelligence.
Righteous people, ordinary people. So they have a specific audience in mind, but also broad.
Yeah, and they're very careful to say what they're not offering.
Oh, like what?
Not gimmicks, not hype, not sin.
Okay, setting themselves apart from maybe the get-rich-quick AI schemes or ethically dubious stuff.
Seems like it. Instead, they promise to help build systems that save time, grow income, and allow you to focus on the mission God gave you.
So even with the spiritual framing, the core promise there is pretty universal for entrepreneurs, isn't it? Efficiency, growth, freeing you up for your main goal.
Absolutely. Using AI as a tool, a force multiplier, for whatever your vision or mission might be.
And do they give examples of what these systems look like in practice?
They do, and this is where it gets really concrete and frankly quite bold for the listener.
Okay, let's hear them.
They claim they've helped believers automate their outreach.
Okay, using AI for communication, marketing, automation, standard business practice, really.
Yes, but they also say they've helped entrepreneurs multiply their sales without compromising their values.
That values piece keeps coming back, scaling ethically.
And then it gets even more specific. They state they've built bots that preach the gospel.
Bots that preach, that's certainly specific. AI for religious purposes.
And also launch brands that glorify Jesus while using the sharpest tools in the world.
So tying business success and branding directly to a religious mission using cutting-edge AI, these are strong claims.
Very strong. And for any AI business, it translates to thinking about how can AI automate my outreach, scale my message, create specialized tools for my niche audience, all while staying true to core principles.
Yeah, the underlying business applications are there, whatever the specific mission.
And who are they trying to reach with this? Is it only for tech experts?
That's a good question. They actually seem quite inclusive in their targeting.
Really?
Yeah, they say their message is for you. Quote, even if you know nothing about AI, even if you failed before, even if you think, I'm not a business person.
So lowering the barrier to entry significantly, not about your background or technical skills.
Exactly. They list prerequisites, but they aren't about experience. They're about mindset.
What kind of mindset?
Things like, if you have a hunger for purpose, if you refuse to bow to the system, if you're ready to build instead of beg.
So it's about drive, conviction, maybe that spiritual alignment they mentioned, rather than a traditional CV?
It seems so, which, again, broadens the idea of who can start an AI venture. Maybe it's less about coding skills and more about having a clear vision and determination.
And then the message really elevated the stakes, doesn't it? It moves beyond just business success.
It does. It makes this powerful shift, declaring this isn't just about money.
Right. What is it about then, according to them?
This is about territory. This is about voice. This is about light, standing in a world of counterfeits.
Territory, voice, light versus counterfeits. That frames it almost like a battle, an existential struggle.
It really does. It moves the motivation from just profit to something much deeper: influence, truth, impact.
Which, for any business owner using AI, prompts you to think beyond just market share, right? What's your actual impact? What's your unique voice? How do you maintain authenticity when deepfakes and misinformation are rampant?
Exactly. It pushes you to consider the deeper meaning of your work in this new landscape.
And what about the flip side? What does AI-Systeemit say happens if you don't engage? If you do nothing?
Well, the warning is pretty stark. They say, quote, if you do nothing right now, you will be automated. Your work will be replaced. Your influence will vanish.
That taps right into that common anxiety, that fear of being left behind by technology.
Absolutely. It underscores the urgency they've been building. Standing still means falling behind in this age of intelligence they describe. For a business, it's the classic innovate or die imperative that framed very dramatically.
But they don't leave it there, do they? There's an alternative if you do act.
Right, they quickly pivot to the promise for those who choose to engage. But if you rise, if you act, if you build with us, you can be part of a remnant that doesn't bow.
A remnant that doesn't bow,
Yeah.
that offers a sense of belonging, of shared purpose against the tide.
Yeah, and they paint this really big vision for how AI can be used by this remnant.
What's the vision?
They say it can be used to reach the nations, to preach, to teach, to heal, to multiply.
So global reach,
Yeah.
education, maybe even health applications. It's ambitious.
Very. And then they add, it's to build something grander. A movement of people who love Jesus, fear God, and use the sharpest weapons of the age to advance the kingdom.
Sharpest weapons of the age. That's a fascinating way to describe AI, especially given the earlier warnings about its dangers.
It is, isn't it? It positions AI, despite the risks, as a crucial, even divinely sanctioned tool for achieving massive impact within their specific framework. It directly connects the spiritual and the technological.
And how do they conclude this message? What's their final stance?
They end with this really bold declaration: we are not hiding, we are not apologizing, and we are not waiting for permission.
Okay, very assertive.
Totally. They claim their identity, AI-Systeemit, and state their mission unequivocally: to build systems that glorify God and crush compromise.
So it's not just a business proposition, it's presented as a clear, unwavering movement
Whoa.
with a defined agenda in this new era.
Precisely. And for any AI business, regardless of your specific mission, it really highlights the power of having a strong, clear identity and not being afraid to state what you stand for. It can be a powerful magnet for the right people, customers, partners.
So let's try and wrap this up. What does all this mean for you, the listener?
Mhm.
Maybe you're just dipping your toes into AI, or maybe you're running a full-fledged AI company.
Well, this deep dive looked at AI-Systeemit's message, and the core tension it presents is pretty clear, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels like AI is here. It's changing everything fast.
And you face this fundamental choice: get replaced or step up and build something with purpose, a very specific, values-driven purpose, according to them.
It's definitely a call to be proactive, not passive.
And the actionable steps implied seem to follow from that. It's a call to build.
Not just consume AI tools, but create them.
Right. And to use AI for your mission, whatever that means to you: profit, impact, a specific cause.
And to really engage with this age of intelligence intentionally, with your eyes open to both the opportunities and the values dimension they highlight.
So for your own AI business journey, it prompts you to define that purpose clearly. How can AI help you achieve your impact? And how can you build solutions that align with your core convictions?
Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you to wrestle with. Given this really strong stance from AI-Systeemit, the stark warnings,
What does it actually mean for you to build with your values, your vision in this AI age?
especially when they throw down that gauntlet. Time is running out,
Yeah.
and the future doesn't wait. How does that urgency land with you and your own AI ambitions?
Yeah, what steps could you take, maybe even today, to make sure your venture isn't just floating along, but is actively building towards something meaningful?
It's worth reflecting on that choice AI-Systeemit presents, whether your own mission is spiritual like theirs or focused elsewhere.
That core idea of building with real intention, with purpose that goes beyond just the bottom line, is powerful, isn't it?
Definitely. Think about how that might apply to your work. What's your unique mission, and how could AI be the tool that helps you achieve it?
And for anyone who feels this specific message from AI-Systeemit really speaks to them.
Right, they have a very direct call to action at the end. They say, click the link, visit www.ai-systeemit.fi. Message us now.
And finish with, and let's build together before it's too late.
So our goal today was really just to shine a light on this unique and, frankly, quite provocative message, explore its different facets.
And hopefully give you the context to decide what your own next step might be in this rapidly evolving age of intelligence.